I think that, in general, being an athlete at a high level is a selfish endeavor. And, many of the athletes who don't have kids would be telling you the same stories, right? And I think that I'm very aware of that and sensitive to it already. And I think that every year that I've competed, I try to be aware that when the competition season is done, it's time to sort of service those other parts of your life, because some of it gets just hung up and put on hold for a little while. And it doesn't like feel good. I've described it to people before as like it's like having like you got one bin, and as you sort of put more CrossFit in that bin, you've got to take other things out. And that's just kind of how you divide your energy, right? Like you don't have infinite time or infinite energy to do things, and you've got to spend that capital in a way that's gonna, help you reach whatever goals you have. So I've got sort of a few balls that I'd like to keep in the air. Like some of them are like, for a long time it was my education, and now it's my work, and like your family and friends and your social life, and then my professional life as an athlete as well. And so as we get closer to the game season, like I spend a little less time with my friends or my family or things like that, or just the conversation or what occupies my headspace. It starts to just take up more space in my life. And then come August, September, I get to have it take up no space, and it feels good to release that for a little bit and put a lot more of that family back in, friends and work and other things. So yeah, it's difficult, and I think that you have to be sensitive to the way you approach it. And sometimes we had situations where it's like, I would have loved to have been like, hey, this isn't the deal, but like, you also have to be sensitive to everybody else's needs. Sometimes it's hard to be 100% selfish. I mean, actually, it's incredibly easy to be 100% selfish. You should try not to do it. So I caught myself a few times doing that. And in the odd day, like even when I was staying in the guest bedroom trying to sleep, like you just come spend the odd night with Michelle and the baby, just because like I know I'll be up 2 or 3 times, but like it's what you do for the people that support you, right? So I tried my best to, because I was getting a break on some of those things. Okay, you get to sleep, you get to whatever. Make sure that I was doing everything I could in other areas, like, try to change lots of the diapers, try to, in the morning when I get up early, because I typically do, I would try to take the baby in the morning and let Michelle get, 3 hours of sleep extra before maybe he really needed to feed and got really fussy, and then I could go, shake her awake. But I think that the key is being aware of it first. And I think that having a low, like a base level of awareness for those sorts of things, will makes you a little less likely to say those things improperly. But yeah, I mean, it was just, it's such a team thing that I was very sensitive to how much help I was being given in order to go shine when the lights are on me, right? And I think that that's, everybody else really being unselfish. So I think whenever I get the chance, I try to think of it. And that's what like now is all about. Like now that I don't have I've pulled all of that CrossFit out of my life for the next month and a half. It's all about kind of spending time with people, and like I said, paying down those debts is kind of the best way I could put it. Is that you accrue a lot of that debt from people all over. And just even sending cards, thank you, like talking to people like your coach, your sponsors, your friends, who all year round, or especially during critical times, really bend over backwards to help you look good. So I think just those little things go a long way.